In this lesson we're going to learn the song Hell's Bells that was originally released by AC/DC on their album Back in Black in 1980. Song is built around one of the absolutely most iconic riffs in rock and roll history, and that's where we're going to start. The riff is an arpeggiation of three structures. You're starting out with a power chord on the 7th fret of the 4th string there. So, and you're also going to include the open 5th string all the way. So the first structure is a power chord on the 7th fret of the 4th string. You then play what is called a perfect fourth, which is when you play the same fret on two neighboring strings. So you just you keep the index finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string, and then you add the ring finger on the same fret on the 3rd string. I see people intuitively want to do a Barry technique, and you are welcome to try, and it is a solution that sort of works, but to me it always sounds weak. To me it's much harder to get the riff balanced and well sounding, as well as it's very easy to sort of get the sound of of the 2nd string being covered by the Barry as well. But as long as you are able to get a good grip of the string, so you can give it the energy it needs to get the riff well sounding, then of course use that. It's not within it's never been a comfortable solution for me. So we had the power chord, and then we had the perfect fourth on the 7th fret of the 4th string, and then we move this perfect fourth to the 5th fret, and then back, and it starts again. So it's you might want to try to play through it. I don't think it's necessary to do a practicing video on that. So we're going to start to work on the arpeggiation, but we're not going to do it the entire one first. We're just going to get a feeling of the basic pattern. So it starts, as I said, the 5th string is ringing all along in this riff. So what you do, you start on the open 5th string, and then you jump to the top of the power chord, and you go to the lower note in the power chord, which is, so you got 5, 3, and then to the 4th string, and then you play the perfect fourth. So you play the top note of the perfect fourth, so you get, and then you play the 4th and the 5th, and then you go to the top note of the perfect fourth on the 5th string, and you arpeggio it downwards. So it's based on arpeggiating from brightest to the darkest note, except from the start, where you start by going from 5th to the 3rd and then to the 4th. And the rhythm is better just listened to and then explained, so I'm going to play it a couple of times here. So this is just the first bar of the riff, and it sounds like this: 3, 4, and then you're gonna go back and stop on the top of the 2nd time you play the perfect fourth on the 7th fret of the 4th string. So once again, you're gonna play this: 3, 4. And picking wise, I have, as usually, indicated my suggestion, and I think for the musical result, the brightest notes after they should all be on upstrokes. And actually I think you should play the pattern I have suggested here, but you might find a working solution, and as long as it's balanced and swinging, it's okay. So you just try it out in this practicing video. So we're now going to proceed to constructing the first half of the riff, and we do that by playing just like what we did here. And then we just, from this note where we stopped in the previous video, we just play the third string, no, the fourth string, and then the fifth string twice. So well. And the last note we play that's the first note in the repetition. But note that as you start repeating, this note will be placed on the upbeat after 4. So it's going to be played on an upstroke and then tied into the next bar. And you see in the video that the first note is tied from round 2 and onwards. And I think you will understand it when you start playing the video. So from the previous exercise that ended there, we just add 3 notes, which is the bottom note of the perfect 4th, 7th fret, and then the open A string twice. So it's going to sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. And we add. Begin again. And it's a kind of idea that I can just play it round and round and just enjoy myself for like 10 minutes or something. But I'm not going to do that here because you are going to play it in this video. This was part 1. It implies that there's at least another part, and that is the case. There's 2 parts. So part 2 is very similar. It just has variation in the end. So what we do here, we play first what we did in the first exercise, in the first step of learning the riff. We play this up to there, and then we play a power chord on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and I think it's a good idea to use in this case use the index finger instead of the ring finger, because what you're going to do is you're going to play power chord and then you're going to slide to a minor 6th, which is just a matter of sliding the index finger to the 2nd fret, and then you're going to play the open note, and then it starts again. So you play up until and you get this 3, 4. So here we go. And if we combine part 1 and part 2, we got essentially what is the riff. And this is repeated, it's used as the basis of the chorus and the basis of the intro and outro. It's most part of the song. But anytime there's any kind of transition to a new part, there's an ending that's being used, and we are gonna give it some attention before we play the entire riff. So what happens at the end when it comes is that you play that part, so up until you have completed the motion on the first perfect fourth. You then proceed to a G. And this is more exactly, it's a G5, but to me it's just a G where I block out the third, which means I just let the fifth string be light touch with the underside of the middle finger, and I play all strings. So instead of getting this a little sweeter with the so-called third. So it's a G with blocked thirds, with the blocked third. And then we go to a D, who is also will have a blocked third, and we do this simply by lifting take a D and you lift the middle finger like that, and since this is quite intense, it's very likely that you want to have a big, quite large motion, so you probably need to use a thumb mute on the sixth string as well. So what you do, you get 2 chords, and then you do this, which was the end of part 2. So the transition, the ending of the riff will be like this. 2, 3, 4. So, and so you go practice that. And that completes the riff, and we're going to practice the entire thing now. It's, as I said, it's used as a chorus as different parts in the song, but when it's used as a chorus, it's just repeated. You play until the first ending, the one that's just. You play to that one, and then you repeat again, and the next time you end with the chords. During the intro, there's a lot more repetitions until you go to the G, and you'll be able to cope with that in the song video. I also should mention that as the last chorus turns into the outro, which is also based on this riff, and as this goes on into the transition between them, you replace the G with a C with block thirds instead, and you get that by just taking a C and you just lift the ring finger and you let the above finger block it, and you block the first string with you block the first thing with the index finger. And if you're having a problem with these blocking techniques, there's a lesson in the general course, level 3, Wishing Well, that focuses specifically on doing these blocks. But this is also a very good place to learn them. So instead of going, it goes. And then to the D, and so. And while I'm also describing the outro, I should also mention that as the outro goes over to the end, you exclude this part, so you get the. And then you don't play just the last time. You will see this you will discover this in the song video, and don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, so anyhow, here is the riff. So after the introduction of the song, which repeats the riff several times, and then proceeding to the G and D, we come to something that I call a pre-verse, and then into the verse. And we're going to learn the verse before the pre-verse, because it gives us it's a more logical step. The verse is based around power chords on the open fifth string and fourth string that are tied together by the motion, the second ending of the riff. And what you do, you are going to just play it once, the power chord, and then you're going to lift the index finger and then back to get this. And you're going to do the same thing on the power chord on the fourth string. And then comes this. So the basic idea is 3, 4, 4. So then they are filling out these with more notes, and they use palm mutes. So before the first time, you play just an palm muted open fifth string, and you go so you palm mute and then you open it up, and then you play and you mute it. I think it's better to use the finger mute, but you can also just put down your heart, but you need to stop the note, not like that. Just palm mute and then mute, and then you play the same idea, this, and that is not with any mute. So, but then after you play this one, you play just the root note, the open fourth string with the palm mute, and then again the power chord without the mute. So you get this 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. So, and then you're going to proceed to this, and before that one you add a palm muted open fifth string. Like that. So what you get is this 3, 4. So, and instead of breaking this down to separate practice videos, I think it's better just try first to play it without the mutes. So you do just. So you get that thing flowing, and then add the mutes. If you're having trouble adding them in the start, but remember this thing: as the power chord has to be silenced after you have played it, not sustaining. So, because that is not indicated as a separate mute; it's just indicated with a traditional pause sign. You just take a couple of rounds here and try it out. And as I said, between the riff and the verse, there's something that I call a preverse. And this is based around the verse idea, but you play it an octave up. So you end up with these first two structures of the riff, where we have the power chord and then the perfect fourth. So we're going to do. And since we're going to do this motion between the fifth and the fourth quite rapidly, I think it's better to use another fingering. We finger the riff like this. Use I suggest you use the pinky instead, and have the second finger ready on the 7th fret. So, and then you can also. This is one that actually I think you can get a perfectly okay result with using a bar technique as well. But I prefer doing it this way. I feel I get a better grip of the strings. And then we, so after I've done this, so you play the open 5th string, no mute here. You play just. So you do muted, and then you play the two perfect fourths. And here you let this one ring. So what you get is this: 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So, and I think, I'm not sure that this part is actually playing the open 5th string. I kept it in the notation, but you can exclude it and just play. Because there are two other guitars who are doing it. So I'm not sure about that. But then after you have done this, you do the palm mute and the perfect 5th and the minor 6th as it is called. So the part sounds like this: 3, 4. So this is played twice in between the riff and the verse, and but you're gonna practice it at least 8 times. After the verse, the song moves into a bridge, and this is based on the same idea, this concept. But what we do here, you play only on the 4th string. So you play, and you let it ring, no mute. You play first the open 4th string, and then you play. 3, So it's almost the same as the verse, but you are moving the power chord on the 5th string to the 4th string, one can say. So you're just gonna play on power chords on the 4th string. So it sounds like this: 3, 4. And then you're gonna play basic chords with blocked thirds, as we saw. First a C and a G. So you get this: 3, 4. 3, 4. So that is the first half of the bridge, and you're going to practice it here. In the second part, we use sort of the same concept, but we are going to apply it to an E. And the logical way would be to simply do. But I think they have another instrumentation of it. I think probably to get it to get a larger sound, as this can be a bit muddy. So what they do, they move it up to here with the. So you take a power chord on the 7th fret. Sort of 7th fret of the 5th string, and then you can construct a what I call an extended power chord, which is when you take a power chord and you extend it with the pinky on the, in this case, 9th fret of the 3rd string, and these two notes then form a perfect 4th. So you're actually not going to use this in this case, but you need to keep it in bar E, because what we're going to do this time, we need to do the bar E technique, because you're going to do this. So you're going to lift both fingers. So first the open 6th string. 3, 4. And then you're gonna use a blocked D that I'll cover, and then a blocked A. Same principle. You need to put out the 2nd string is most important, and you do that with the underside of the 2nd finger. So you get. So I take it from the beginning of the part 2. It sounds like this: 3, 4. Then on the second repetition, instead of playing the D and the A, they do the they play a G, block G, twice, and then you're off into the chorus. So this is bridge part 2, and it sounds like this: 3, 4. And then you're off to the chorus, as I said. So you just give it a try here. And you are now going to put these two parts together to form the bridge. After two verses and two bridges and two choruses, the song proceeds into a solo. And on the after the last chorus, the second chorus, before the second chorus and the solo, you simply are going to play the because the chorus ends. And instead of playing just as we've done previously, we go and we play just an open string. You're gonna play a full power chord on the open fifth string, and let it ring for 2 bars, and then on the upbeat after 4, you're gonna play it once more. So not that difficult. So you'll be able to cope with that in this song video. Then comes the guitar solo, and it's brilliant riff to play solo over. So what I do, it's based on this sort of feeling, but instead of doing it like this, they alternate between power chord on the open fifth string and the 3rd fret of the 6th string. So, and it's the same thing, it starts on the upbeat after 1. So here there is no open string on the 1, so you're going to start right after 1. So you're going to get 3, 4, 1. Like that. So after these, having done that, you play a blocked C and a blocked D. So, simple yet devastatingly effective. Which is the rhythm track for the solo. So, as I said, power chord, single note, power chord, blocked C, blocked D, video. And that was all the song parts, so we're now ready to start playing the song video. And as usually, we're going to take a look at the overview first. So you see, it starts with the riff, which is the intro and chorus in the song form, and if you go to the details, you see what I said, that the intro repeats the riff without going to the G chord until the transition to the pre-verse. So otherwise it's just the tabs that we have played, pre-verse, verse, and also have to notice that the solo that starts with it, then after having repeated, so it goes to the it goes to the bridge. So that's the second half of the solo, and you see this in the tab here, that the bridge is also solo part 2. And then come chorus 2, and chorus 2 is just the riff, but it's a tab that shows you that you are going to play power chords twice, 1, 2, 3, 4, before proceeding to that. So and then you see the and also the outro, where you replace the G with a C at the end. Should also mention that this happens already at the end of the chorus before the outro. So you will see, and you will, if you play it wrong, you're gonna hear it, I think. So, and then there is an end. So as I said, as the outro goes over to the end, you exclude the thing. So the chorus ends with, you let that ring, and then the end is the solo part 1 riff that you play, or it's the end. The end. It's, I think I call it the outro part 2. Exactly. So the outro part 2 is the solo rhythm track, and then what I call the end is simply the that is slowed down. And then you end on a power chord on the open 5th string. Like that. No, you'd end with just playing. Like that. So, sorry about that. So you get the solo riff, slows down, and it waits quite long on the D. And then at a very random point in time, they play. So you're gonna get used to it in the upcoming song video.
you